So I don't know what their plan is for Ymir, and more than likely going to be support here. Hebo actually getting picked up, or the Hubwa, instead of on her. It could be jungle, could be mid. Since it was Mace picking it, I have to assume he's going to be going mid lane. Both of these players actually known mid laners, so I think that's where we're gonna see like the major fights go down. I think both junglers are gonna hover around mid a lot. Chunga getting picked up as well as Mercury.
Mercury gonna be locked in as well as Chunga. It's Mercury is an interesting character. He's a character that when he came out, everyone's saying he was too weak. Then he came to the competitive scene and he ended up being too strong. And then some adjustments here and there, obviously a little sprinkled in between. Mercury is a character that has a good early presence, a strong jungle clear, and then late game turns into hyper carry. But he's also one of those characters in the jungle where if he loses his pot early, he becomes very weak and has a lot of trouble keeping up because he has to be in range. And if you're in range and not doing a whole lot of damage to have an influence on it, it makes everything challenging here. Across the way, we're going to see On Her going to be the last pick up there for Team MaceToDaFace. And Mir, On Her, Hoonbots, Anubis, and Hubwa are going to be the final lineup. Looks like MaceToDaFace is going to be playing Hubwa, so most likely, like you mentioned, going into the mid lane there. Anubis going to the solo lane. Hoonbots into the jungle. Emir and On Her going into the 2v2 lane. Emir and On Her actually had a pretty big, legendary streak. I mean, they were a very strong lane together. The wall, obelisk combination, impaled to the wall, or anything along those lines with good stun and damage output. Across the way, Team Jerbie will running Kronos, Athena, Artemis, Mercury, and Chunghua. Kronos going to be going into the mid lane possibly. Chunghua going to be going into the solo lane. Artemis and Athena laning up together with Mercury in the jungle.
Looks good to me. About a little under 3 minutes before we get into this game, guys. This is going to be a round of 8 matchup. Again, Team Jerbie versus Team MaceToDaFace. Jerbie, formerly of Root Gaming, a known sub for a lot of top teams, versus Mace, who is the current mid player for Denial Esports NA.
That is true, and a strong player at that. So we'll see how that works for them, and it's going to be, is this the first time? No, we had Team Spin versus Team Less, where the two captains were facing off against each other in the same lane. So obviously we had the two hunters in the last game going head-to-head there. This time we have MaceToDaFace versus Jerbie in the mid lane, so we'll see how that works out. We're also going to have a Mercury versus Hoonbots. Hoonbots is a character that once he got changed, he saw some play. He fell off for quite some time, and then obviously had a big resurgence. And one of the big reasons for that is that when the god pool becomes stagnant, people play the same characters over and over. Players start innovating and looking for new characters. Hoonbot's one of those characters that did make his way into the competitive scene when Mercury was being picked every single game. Hoonbot is a character that works well when even or ahead, not so much when behind. Now, obviously, this is true for every god, but Hoonbot really needs to have damage behind his abilities, or he doesn't have enough control to do it. One of the simple mechanics that people don't utilize enough is that slow on the one from the Hoonbots, the jump, that allows you to gank very effectively. If you land it, you can get a lot of good kills out of it.
Plus, by leveling it up, you'll not only increase the damage, but you'll reduce the cooldown, so it becomes a very unique and very strong tool.
Absolutely. Able to jump in, wait a few seconds, get some damage out, and if you need it, you can jump right back out.
That's right. So it looks like we have 45 seconds before we get into this game, guys. Again, Team Jerbie versus Team MaceToDaFace. I think here it's going to come down to the junglers. The solo lane, we have Chunga going up against Anubis. There might be a lot of kill potential there, but what I'm going to see is Mercury going to be able to find this Anubis out of position? Is Hoonbots going to be able to push Chunga into a bad position enough for Anubis to burn her down? And are they going to be able to camp well enough in the mid lane to shut down those two very dominant mid laners, Jerbie and Mace?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be really important. Of course, if one of them gets shut down or doesn't have the opportunity to come back from it, it may affect the rest of the game. And generally, the early stages of the game are influenced heavily by the jungler and the mid laner. They're the ones that are the most versatile, can float back and forth and deal with things as they come up. So it's important to keep an eye on the mid laner and the jungler for the early stages of the game. Kills can result in the solo lane as well as the other lanes, but sometimes it just comes down to who can play the best and where they go. So overall, we're going to see them kind of come in here and start picking up their items to see if they can't grab something up.
Did you know that you can click these buttons?
What? No. I didn't.
Oh my, is this new? Can we do this in assisted? Oh, okay, yeah, that's not. We can't do that in assisted. It doesn't work very well.
Oh, it just does foliage.
But man, that's cool. What a great position this camera's in for both of these. Again, shout outs to Mick, guys, from High Red Studios and everyone else who works on the spectator mode so tirelessly so that me and Drybear can become less good at what we do and still look like we're doing better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much
I'm
how it
all
goes.
for that. I'm all for that. So we see him hopping out here. Yellow below doing his little jump here. Number 1 up in the air.
Oh, do you see
Jerbie's
this,
going Doom Orb.
Oh man, I was gonna say that Jerbie went jungle and made you look, but you already found it. Never mind.
Are you sad over the loss of Joke?
Yes.
The loss of Joke
What's
is
your
saddening.
perfect Sunday?
What's your best Sunday?
What's your favorite?
What's your optimal Sunday?
What's my optimal?
What's your favorite Sunday?
My optimal Sunday, more than likely, would have to be ice cream on the bottom, because otherwise, like, actually, if you do some type of fudge on the bottom and then the ice cream
As a
over it,
base?
yeah, you can get a little bit more from the bottom, because otherwise you're just reaching in from the top, it can fall off. You get from the bottom and scoop from underneath. Is that kind of Sunday you meant? Is this?
With an E or a Y?
Well, look at this invasion.
The question is why not? We see 5 men in the mid lane grouped up, and 5 there for Team MaceToDaFace making their way around. Will they spot it out? Do they have vision? Looks like they come from behind. This would be a huge pickup for them. They could have them all closer up. This could be a 5-man stun, and there goes the Frost Breath. 5-man stun coming out. Here's the follow coming through. Look at the burst damage. Overhand smash. A Chrono Stun's going to buy a little time. Is no one going to die?
They don't need it.
Is no one's going to die?
Look at the scattering they've done. They're not going to earn first blood, but 3 people go. Actually, only 2 go back to the base right as things are about to spawn here. If Insane's intends to go into this, he's going to wind up dead. You gotta love the pressure, but the communication wasn't there. Power Fist with a beautiful freeze. They followed up on 2 separate targets, and now they're able to get stuff done. You can see over on the bottom they're looking at something. Yellow below, super late to the fight. Overall, they were able to get that. Actually, is this solo lane Mace?
No. Looks like Anubis is going to the mid lane.
Veered away from Gerbcraft. Mace not up to the challenge.
I guess he's just going to shy away from that one and sulk down into the darkness, much like Kelly's camera here in the studio. A lot darker than everything else around it. We have Chunga here on the right side, as well as the Mercury here. Going to get this blue buff. But here comes rotation. He's getting very low. Bumba's going to heal him up a bit. Looks like the water spell comes out. Not going to hit. Water cannon will hit, though. Blue buff on the ground. Not able to get it. Huba's going for the slow. Is this blue buff going to be completely moot? They can't get back in time. If they zone this out enough and the buff fades away, about 10 more seconds left, or about 10 to 15 or so. 30 seconds is how long the buff lands on the ground. No, they're actually not going to try and waste that. Honestly, it might have been worth it for Humbas to sit there and zone that out.
It would have been definitely. Another point there is that if they were able to steal that, Mercury would have been level 1, and he did not have special delivery. That would have been a kill, which would have taken the potion and shut down the jungle.
Great spread in the left lane. Amir gets a double stun. Good taunt from Athena in response, and they're going to back off here. But it seems like Amir and On Her are getting the better end of the stick here versus the Artemis and the Athena. Mid lane, we have Doom Orb Jerbie going through here up against the Anubis. Anubis is going to clear out that wave quite easily. You know what's really exciting about this? We have Doom Orb Chronos versus Bancroft's Anubis. This is going to be a high damage, high excitement lane, and I can't wait for them to finish their items.
All right, so now we're getting closer to 2 minutes here. Surprisingly enough, with all the stuff that has gone down, we have not seen First Blood just yet. The mid-camps respawn. We have a jump in. It looks like that was a steal. I did see the level up, so Yellow below is going to be able to take that away. And God, does he hit hard. Look at Cyber's health just start to drop. That's the power of the red pot that we actually don't see on Hunbots here. He has not activated it yet.
Looks like he's just holding on to it for now. Maybe he just forgot and isn't noticing. It looks like Artemis is going down the left lane, though, on her and Amir. Artemis has been left alone as Athena rotated over, so it looks like it was an obelisk stun. Desert Fury was not available. In fact, neither of them had their ultimate. They're both level 4, but they didn't need it, so they cleared out Artemis. That's going to be First Blood, actually, for Team MaceToDaFace. That's going to put them up currently 595 gold, sitting in a great spot. Chang'e in the right lane versus Hubwa are going to go head-to-head here. Looks like Hubwa has a little bit better push, popping the 2 there on the Chang'e. It's looking pretty even, but the Chang'e's pushing a little bit too far forward. Water Spout's gonna miss right there. Huge misplay. There goes the 1. The water cannon coming through. Athena gets picked off in the left lane? Was that left lane? In the jungle?
Don't know. It looks like Athena's rotating to the mid camp. She picks them up, still level 3, and as she rotates back in, it looks like she's going to walk up normally. A full creep wave here, more than likely going to be the culprit. Level 5, you see Collateral moving up here.
He's got level 5 here. Desert Fury is available. Oh, she gets too close. That's just a Desert Fury hit, plus the minions. Athena getting too greedy there, trying to keep the minions off the tower for Artemis, keeping that extra gold so their carry can get not only last hits, but also more gold in the back end.
Right.
But just took too much damage on her. Immediately recognized the situation and capitalized on it. That's exactly what you'd expect from players here in Smite, the wonderful MOBA that we're playing. We see right lane again, Chang'e getting forced back very heavily by Hubwa. Gonna have a troubled time here. Hubwa's gonna go home. Does he have a teleport? Looks like he does not. Does he pick it up? No, he just buys tier 2 boots. He's gonna be walking.
I mean, he has time right now. Javier is going to be forced back, and he knows that if she's going to miss experience, he can miss the experience. But Jerbie has actually just went back to the base and have come back with a finished Doomorb and has actually opted, and I don't know that I appreciate this as much, a teleport to towers on Kronos. No beats, no ages, which means his only form of CC immunity or escape is going to be rewind. If that rewind gets stopped or if he gets hit before it, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got to be careful about it. But now Mercury level 5 is taking a small increase here over Hunbatsu, who has finally picked up that potion that I wish we would have seen a little bit earlier, especially for that second mid-camp fight. But now it looks like Team Jerbie, despite being down 2 kills, is only behind about 400 gold.
You know, I agree 100% with you, especially with the Doomorb. You'd want to see something that would allow him to keep stacks as long as he possibly can. Purification beads is nearly compulsory on someone like Kronos, because it's the worst thing in the world to die on Kronos without being able to use your ultimate. Double stun there on Amir. Good slow with the Glacial Strike. Looks like they don't have the damage they need. Amir ultimate to zone them out. Pushing him back into it with the Abel. Desert Fury follow-up on her, and Amir are unstoppable here. There's the Artemis ultimate coming out. Going to slow down the Amir. Mercury and Artemis doing damage here. Good wall is going to prevent the Artemis from going in. There's a special delivery, and special it is as Amir gets slowed down here. No mana left, but Mercury's forced to disengage. Looks like they're going to be just fine. But under the pressure of a jungle gank, they get a kill on Athena with beautiful team play and coordination that impale right back into the shards of ice. Amazing.
So something to note here, in the most recent patch, Chang'e took a very tiny hit with the fact that she does no longer gain protections when she uses Crescent Moon Dance. Now, I know a lot of Chang'e players much prefer to fight other solo laners as warriors rather than other mages.
Right.
This allows her to build breastplate early, getting that full CC reduction from more waxing moons. And in this case, she's taking extra damage now from minions, doesn't have the cooldown reduction, and will be forced into items like Voidstone, which are going to slow down her pressure. But even still, she has not finished her boots yet, talking 5 minutes, 30 seconds in, which is giving Mace time to freely roam around the jungle. You can see level 6 now, yellow below, about half health. As Cyber invades at full health level 5, will have a free chance at this mid-camp.
Left lane being pressured up yet again. Wall possibly coming out here. Mercury, like you said, sitting down about 3,400 gold versus the enemy Hunbas at 3,300. So taking that lead finally in the gold department. Kronos is going to spot out the gank coming out from MaceToDaFace there on Hubwa, who rotated over to the mid lane. So a little bit of wasted time, but Chang'e not able to get any push out of it. See the tower is a little bit damaged, but not really anything major just yet. Here comes rotation from Hunbas to get that blue buff picked up for the on her here. Artemis out of mana, so not able to push anything out. Does have her ultimate and might be able to get enough to use that Caledonian board, but may not be able to do anything after that. Heartseeker is completed there for the honor, and Hunbas is actually going first item. Heartseeker, he has 1,400 gold in hand, so I'd like to see him going back to finish out that Heartseeker ASAP, but looks like he's not going to be going for it just yet. There goes a kill on Kronos in front of the Fire Giant buff. Then goes Hubwa to follow up. Anubis doing some damage here. Follow up from the Athena. Level 6 versus level 9. Mercury very low. Hunbas ultimate forcing him away. The dash from special delivery is going to buy him some distance. Athena on the backside. Hunbas going to turn on just a little bit too late there, but a 1-for-1 exchange.
You know, it looks like the Bombas Mask wasn't giving him enough mana per 5 to continue chasing that, and he's going to be forced out. But the mid camp looks to be respawning soon as they start pressuring that side. Small camp already up on the top on both sides. Gold Fury definitely a point of contention here as we see Ymir rotate back in. It's going to take a time rift and a stop time for his troubles, but he's going to ensure that experience and gold are not lost to the ether. But still, Mace picking up more damage. As you can see, level 8 now. Despite he's in the solo lane, getting that solo experience, Power Fists with a kill here is actually keeping even, and that's the support. And I mean, you don't want to see support Ymir get big.
Yeah, you certainly do, because he's going to be tankier and tankier the more levels he gets, but also has enough damage to really put it out there. I mean, Glacial Strike scales really well. The stun also does a lot of damage. So
it does a lot
I mean, the ultimate too. I mean, the ultimate has lots of bursts. So I mean, it's very scary to deal with a support that's tanky enough to just eat your attacks, but also does enough damage to follow up on you. Left side tower enemy pressured here. Artemis kind of hard-pressed to defend this 2 versus 1. She hasn't had much luck just yet, especially going back in time. 0-1 and 0 getting picked off immediately. This tower takes the damage here, and Mir's just hitting it. He doesn't care. He wants it, but Honor's not on the same page. He's taking down for the towers. There goes the Sonic Boom on top of the Honor. This is their chance for the redemption here. Going top of that, it looks like the Mercury did actually force that backward. Good impact! Honor gets a kill on Kronos! It's impossible, but he gets it, and the almost block. He's gonna live! He's gonna live!
Unbelievable. Run it back. We gotta watch this one. Ymir, too greedy here. On hers, getting back. He's trying to call for him to escape. He's a little bit too late. The stun gets confound. No problem. But then turning around against 4 people. Risky business here. On her, gets the kill. And then shoves a pillar in between him and his attackers. And just shuts them down completely. Jerb, I don't even think he saw that one coming, man. That was so
He's the god
much
of time.
damage.
He predicted all possible outcomes, but he didn't realize that he was about to get owned in the left lane there. I mean, he was running straight forward. He thought he had the kill. Impale comes out, gets it. I mean, the amount of discipline it takes to be under pressure by 4 enemy players.
Yeah.
Desert Fury, the Kronos, get the Impale, get the kill. Obelisk can get out. You have to be focused. You have to be disciplined. And obviously, this on her player, Collateral, is absolutely on that level right now. So 5-2, Team MaceToDaFace is actually going to pull ahead in experience, or actually going to lose the experience lead, but they're still ahead 1,000 gold. 9 minutes into this match, that's not a whole lot. So this is still up for grabs for either team. But as this keeps continuing on here, it looks like right side, Chungo in a lot of trouble. Hubots on the overhand smash, 1 hit.
And
there goes the kill.
She even put Waxing Moon on cooldown, affected nothing. Now, in the beginning, when we saw the blue buff getting contested... Oh, wait. Oh, Jerbie gets picked off
with
again.
His ultimate available.
This is what we talk about, man. You have to have some type of CC immunity or CC break on Kronos, or you just get picked up. But back to the blue buff here. We saw it contend before, and Hunbots was kind of zoning out Chang'e. She took a long time to pick it up. She didn't clear the the 2 little ones never got picked off. They were there for a long time. She actually went back about 4 or 5 minutes ago to clean them up on the respawn. Hunbots was ready for it. Finds himself a free blue buff, which is going to shut down again. But look at this. Insanes is not getting out of this one. Bang! Another kill going to Mace's team.
There goes left tower being pressured up in the meantime, but they don't really cover a whole lot. They're going to go ahead and pick off the Athena. 6-2 right now as it crosses over to the 10-minute mark, and the Fire Giant spawns and crawls out of his hole here. Right side, Hubwa actually clears the whole way with a single water cannon. Mercury's on his way over here, see if he can't get something out of this. Hubwa takes a good route going left instead of backwards. Kronos is going to try and spot this out. You know, just one more note on the Purification Beats topic here. You look at the enemy team, you're up against an Anubis, on her, Hunbots, and Ymir. If there's ever a point, and not even just on Kronos, if there's a point to get Purification Beats...
Even better. Let's talk about Hebo to a Crushing Wave, and we can just replace Beats with Aegis.
Even better. It's still a better scenario. The teleport's not going to pay off a whole lot here. And, you know, later into the game, I'm sure he's going to be regretting this. But in the meantime, speaking of regretting, good time rift! Hits it on the back end. Anubis goes down. Jerbie earning his stripes here as we're talking about him. Looks like the jungle on her might be caught out here. Looks like he forced back. Mercury wants special delivery. No, Desert Fury comes out. He's taking damage. There's another time rift follow-up there, and Mercury's just fine. Teleport coming out of the left side area. There goes the Chunga moving through. Crushing Wave might be available. MaceToDaFace getting stunned out. Time rift comes through. Crushing Wave goes out. He doesn't have enough damage. Special delivery keeps him in place, and he goes down. Hubwa on her, as well as Anubis. A 3-0 exchange, and Team Jerbie's going to go for the Gold Fury. And MaceToDaFace has to watch it happen.
A 3,000 gold lead is going to be shunted down to below 500 in an instant, as Jerbie was able to find a very greedy, possibly overconfident on her, thinking he can recreate history. But if anyone knows how history will repeat itself, it's going to be Kronos. I can make time jokes too.
And just in time too, in a timely fashion. Kronos going to go back in the mid lane. Going to go back to his well here. Looks like he's going to actually go towards the Void Stone. He went Doom Orb into Shoes of Focus. The Doom Orb, I mean, he's had 3 deaths so far, so he's had trouble keeping that stacked up. But it seems like with the kills, the control he now has in the mid lane, he's able to get those stacks back up. Probably pretty close here. Anubis is going to go for a book, actually, after the penetration boots. Now, 75 stacks is a lot. It's no Warlock Sash a lot, and no Old Gauntlet of Thieves a lot, but it's still a lot. So it's going to take some time to stack that up. And
It's going to take some time to finish it.
His team needs him now.
Yeah. I mean, Anubis is a character that you want to see get big immediately. He doesn't really need the extra mana. I'm not sure what this is about here, but maybe he has a plan. Mace goes back to his lane to ensure that this experience isn't wasted, losing only 2 creeps in the process. Sitting level 12 right now. He is 2 levels behind Jerbie, who has put himself on top in both gold and experience. Level 14, 1 level ahead of Anhur and Anubis.
Emir's jump out. Sonic Boom comes out there. Emir is just going to go down the very end. Anubis, very low. Time Rift going to miss. Desert Fury coming through. Can they get the Mercury? It's so low. Disperse gets interrupted by the Chronos time stop. Honor trying to get out. Humbot's ultimate forces Chang'e forward. Impale comes down, and Athena's going to go down. But at what cost, everybody? Honor trades his life for Athena here. A 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Team Jerbie as the mid tower is now pressured, and Anubis doesn't have a whole lot of HP to stand too far forward.
Jerbie taking 3 ticks of grasping hands there, losing about a quarter of his health, rotating in. He gets the water spout in the Chang'e, but I don't know if he's going to try to create this. Oh, he's going to get the time stop, time rift combo. Mace is going to be forced to back off here. I'm actually not sure why they're not just turning on this and killing that water god outright.
Now, Habwa has his ultimate, so has some kind of combo ability there, but, you know, like you mentioned, all they just need is 1 CC to prevent him just getting the combo off, or stacking up his passive even, and they can burst him down right then. So Chang'e's going to go home. Looks like Habwa's going to stay in the mid lane as well as Chronos. Emir's kind of lurking around. With the left side tower down, Emir and Honor can go around and do whatever it is they want. The map is open to them for the meantime. That book level 2 now on the Anubis as well. Looks like the graph is going to shoot back down to mid. So this game is completely even right now.
Straight across the board. Another mid cap's going to be taken there. More wasted time from the Hun bot, sitting level 10, the same as the support Athena. And looking across the board at Mercury, who had kind of a rough start, is now 2-0-2. And has put himself in 2nd place on his team. 4th place overall at 7,000 gold. He is pretty big. I mean, level 12. He's doing a lot of damage. The Heartseeker's done. He's already stacking. Granted, we do see Cyber has finished the Heartseeker first, but we also see the booster finished on yellow below. So there's a lot of potential and damage coming out from Merc right now.
Yeah, Merc also gets the movement speed increase from the Heartseeker, which benefits him greatly, so that's important to keep in mind. You know, going forward, Mercury's going to only get stronger. Humbot's is more of an ability-based, like a physical assassin type thing, where you'll see him get more penetration, and, you know, Void Blade, Jotun's Wrath, that kind of thing. Not really the basic attack type god, where Mercury would be late game, just hitting crit after crit after crit, and just shredding targets. Mercury, the single target damage he can put out is just godlike there. So left lane, Artemis is kind of just going to get as much gold as she possibly can, currently sitting right now at 6,100 gold, which is actually going to be the least in the game, tied for the enemy Emir there on the enemy team, Team MaceToDaFace. So Artemis not really in the greatest situation, but we've seen this so many times. How many times have we seen this? Artemis falls behind and just absolute dominance. I mean, we saw actually last Sunday, Exotic from, you know, the Mortality Esports ends the game 2-7 with the most damage in the game, or the 3rd most damage in the game. Absolutely dominant. So not really worrying too much about Artemis right now, but look across the board, the damage numbers that we're looking at here, we're going to see 6,000 damage dealt by Anubis, 6,000 by Chronos. It's actually pretty even for each individual role.
And now we see more pressure coming up. Chang'e has a 4-person stun if she wants it here. All 5 members are moving to take this tower. We see a rotation coming in as well. Ymir jumps in a little bit early. They're not in a good position. The taunt comes out. Mercury's going to hit one with the Sonic Boom. Time Rift is going to be big as well as Time Stop. The ultimate goes out. Desert Fury is not going to kill Athena, but she's going to get caught by the Ymir in the back end. Chang'e goes down as well. 3 members have gone down on Mace's team. Going to be 4 as they chase down the final member. First deicide of the game, 16 minutes in.
A 5 for 2. And what's important to look at there is they were the aggressors. They put the pressure on the tower, they went into tower range, and then all of a sudden the collapse came from Team Jerbie. So credit goes to Team Jerbie for being on the ball there. They rotate quickly, move efficiently, and get that deicide. So now 5 for 2. They're going to get tier 1 tower. That's another 1,000 gold. They're going to get a tier 2 tower. That's another 1,500 gold. So 2,500 gold in objectives plus the gold they already had. When previously this was an even game, we're about to have a over 4,000 gold. They had about 4,200 gold and 5,400 experience. Let's see, jump up there. There's 4,200 gold on the scoreboard. The Gold Fury is available. The Fire Giant's available. The mid tower is pretty squishy now. And even if they hurry, they're actually going to take the buffs away. This is kind of like the lowest rung of capitalizing after getting a victory is just clearing jungle buffs and just clearing the jungle out. So they're just going to get what level they can and then get out because the respawns are already up. But again, a huge victory for Team Jerbie.
Definitely. And look at the level difference between these two. Mace is only 14. That's rough. Especially when you see Jerbie sitting at 18.
Oh, he's leveling up. He's going home. He has time to do it. Up on the mid lane rotation. Athena might get a taunt here. Gets the Amir. Volley slows him down. Not doing a whole lot of damage. There's actually not a lot of opportunity for either team. Gonna throw out that sacred monkey to hop around and just say, hey.
It could have been a newspaper.
He's very. It could have been if he was a grumpy old man and he was shooing people off his lawn. That monkey's friendly. He likes to say hi personally.
On her, rotates over to the right and takes the tower down. It's going to get some creeps for his advantage as well. Add them back to the Heartseeker stacks, which he has lost upon his recent death, sitting 4-3-3 right now. We also see 4-3-1 coming out from Emmanuel Mir here. That dual lane did very well. You can see Artemis, though, is starting to catch back up and overlap. 8,000 gold, only 500 behind the highest person on the team, and she's pretty far down the ladder right now in hers.
You know, that just comes from objective gold. With those towers down, the gold fury, I mean, that's really what it comes from. It's spread over across everything. Tier 1 towers give you individually 200 gold. The Tier 2 towers give you individually 300 gold.
Right.
That's 500 gold she got instantly just for herself, just for being Artemis and being cool. It's like a gold sticker or a gold star. Just like, hey, here's 500 gold. Take it. Do something with it. And what she's going to do is she has that Heartseeker completed there, so the boots are done as well. There's the Death's Toll. So, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for Artemis to come back. Mid-lane engagement starting up here. The top of the tower. There goes the ball on top of it. Going after this. Looks like Athena's going to be impaled to the wall. Desert Fury comes out. Going to finish off the Athena there. Artemis barely escaping. Looks like the backside. Obwa doing some damage here. Doesn't go for the kill. Chronos time stop. Doesn't hit. Time rip hits as well. A few basic attacks might be enough. He's going down. I don't see him getting out of this one. Looks like he's going to end up falling down here pretty low. The wall, the river's on the ground. Artemis is going to be heading home. A 4-for-1 exchange. Incredible victory there for Team Jerbie yet again.
You know, they've done such a great job catching up in this game. The beginning was...
Is it auto-zooming?
Yes.
The auto... You know, Era's talking to us real quick. The auto-zoom, if you guys haven't seen it, is brilliant.
It's getting a little clean up today, but...
So in the beginning, it was catastrophic for Jerbie's team. Everyone was getting picked off left to right. It was 8-2. They were 4,000 gold ahead. Suddenly, it's even. Suddenly now we're 5,500 ahead, and they have Fire Giant. Jerbie has really brought this team back into it, and Chunga, level 18 right now, she was probably the most shut down of anyone, and now she's right back up there in experience. She's slightly behind in the gold, and now another 1,000 gold is going to be added to the coffers as Jerbie's team's pressures, and there goes the blink. He gets a double stun, but he is not in a position that he wants to be in. Artemis rotates in, stop time at a time, rift, the wall goes down and does stop the preemptive strike long enough for maybe him to get out, and now we're seeing Anubis and Hebo join the fight here. Chunga is not in a position she wants to be in. She will get stunned, she will get stunned, and she will get blown up.
Impaled directly to the wall. The Anubis ulti comes out there, an incredible combination, but you know, really that just came down to Chunga being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You know, obviously too far forward, so they're just going to capitalize on that. The Anubis goes into the book. The book is completed. Now starting up the Rod, a strange building up, and we'll see how much damage he can deal out in this coming agent. There's a preemptive strike, dashing right into the fight here. A good time to the Anubis now, jumping on top of the hub wall, dropping very low. Crushing wave comes out. Can he survive? Mercury wants it. A single hit will guarantee that. The rewind somehow goes off there, and Mir ultimate as well as the impale will buy enough time. There goes the volley. Going to finish off Hoombots, and now they might actually get the honor as well. 3-for-1 going after the Amir. Amir puts up the wall. Can he buy enough time? Is it going to be enough? He's getting further and further away. The time stop comes through. Doesn't land, though. There's a timer for the blink. Amir's going to get out, but a 4-for-1 exchange in the meantime.
Oh, Jerbie looks like he's going to chase this one. Continuing on stop time. Not up for a few seconds. He's looking for the time rift here. Oh, he actually did have the stop time up, and it missed, so Ymir's going to be able to get out there, but look at the pressure coming into the mid lane. Artemis is already there with a creep wave, and a 1,500 gold swing will once again be placed onto Jerb's team as they skyrocket 8,300 ahead. Now 4 people moving forward against 2, almost 3. Mace is coming up right now, but they're going to have pressure onto this Phoenix as the fight continues.
Frost Breath comes out there, sun on top of the Phoenix there. Now taunt comes through as well. Good time rip, time stop combination. Hoombots goes into the ultimate. Does he have it? There goes the Chung ultimate, burning it through and getting a good stun off. Hoombots is now forced to escape. Looks like that might be the end of the engagement. Impale coming out from the honor to make sure that wave is pushed up all the way. Strangely enough, Hoombots decides to go for shield there in the jungle, which protects him from the Chronos, but at the same time, Artemis and Mercury, both the hyper carries there on Team Jerbie. If he gets too close, he's going to get shredded.
I mean, I wouldn't put hyper carry on any other mage if we're not talking about Chronos. I mean,
that's true.
He can really do some serious damage. Him and Hubwa. But, I mean, look at Chronos' build right now. We have a Doomor. We haven't seen him die in a while. He's got the breastplate for extra cooldown reduction. We're taking a look at Magi's Blessing here, going to give him CC immunity. We have Focused Void Stone for some extra damage and penetration. And then, of course, Shoes of Focus to max out the CDR, movement speed, and, of course, 50 extra magical damage. That is a very clean, very inherent build that Jerbie has put together, and it's resulting in a pretty decent mid game. And I think as we transition into the end game, it's only going to get worse for him.
That's absolutely right. The Gold Fury is available. Mercury clapping his hands together in excitement of his impending victory or possibility of that. 20-14 right now. At 22 minutes into this match, we're going to see an 8,300 gold lead and a 1,400 experience lead. And you look at the graph. It's been pretty even. You saw a pretty big lead for Team MaceToDaFace, but it pales in comparison to what they have now. Beads being used there by the Honor. They weren't even going in on him, actually. So that is now going to be on cooldown. Is it Tier 3? It's Tier 1! It was a Tier 1 beads, 180-second cooldown now incurred there by the beads for on her. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. He needs Desert Fury, and that is going to be available for him right now. Mercury looking for the opportunity. Does he go for the ultimate here? They're lining up pretty well. There goes the Sonic Boom. Burst damage coming out. And Mir might get the ultimate off here. Looks like he is, but it's not going to hit anyone. Yellow below using each team to avoid the damage there. Crushing Wave will kill off the Mercury, and somehow, some way, Anubis and Amir are still alive. And what a beautiful initiation for Team Jerbie. Turns into a single death.
I can't believe that turned out the way that it did. That Sonic Boom
Me
was
either.
gorgeous. Looks like Insane's jumping in there. He's going to get impaled back, take a few tower shots. Collateral forced out there by the stop time. And now it looks like they're going to lose another 1,000 gold to Jerbie as he's up 9k, 14,000 experience. Jerbie has hit level 20 as well. And taking a look at the in-hand gold, he is at 760. So he can now go back and finish up that Magi's Blessing.
He certainly can. That's going to benefit him greatly, and that's really what he's looking for. And that may replace the purification beads that he's lacking right now. Is that initiation that burns him down, the mummify, the frost breath, whatever it may be. The Gold Fury is being started up here by teammates in the base. They're not leashing and jumping in. Who's going to get it? It's like Jerbie actually stole away the Gold Fury. Anubis only coming out here. Do they get a rewind? No, the rewind comes out there, and Athena's going to go down. They just need to back off. They don't want to waste this away. Slow coming out. Good too coming out there from the Chonghua as well. So they're going to back off from this one, but Athena for a Gold Fury, I'd take that.
I think Jerbie is very thrilled with the way that turned out. And considering the Athena's behind right now, only level 15, she's going to incur a shorter respawn time. That is a major benefit for a 1,500 gold swing. Now, granted, at this point, they're so far ahead that they don't really need that extra gold, but being able to take it away from MaceToDaFace, instead of him gaining 15, they gain 15. That's a 3,000 gold swing that Jerbie was able to pull off there with the help of Athena.
Absolutely beautiful play, and something that Team MaceToDaFace is kind of hurting over there. They thought that was their way to get back into the game. You look at the charts; it's over 10k right now for Team Jerbie, and they were looking for that 1,500 gold. The removal of the objective, the fact that they don't have to have it on their mind, the Gold Fury is available, and they may be taking it. The vision is there. Team MaceToDaFace making a great effort to make sure that everything is covered up. In fact, they're going to spot out every rotation coming out here. Artemis pushed too far forward here. With the vision they have, they probably want to go after this. The trap's on the ground. They're going to be able to counter that one out. Looks like the ward end up falling down there. Anubis is going to go into mid lane and ward that one up himself. At this point, we're going to see Onher kind of capping off his build into an effective mid game here, finishing off that Rage or possibly Malice there. Anubis needs to finish off that Rod ASAP for the extra damage because Anubis is well known for his burst. Gonna go Tier 1 Rod there on the hub wall. Across the way, we see Malice already completed there for the Mercury. He's gonna start hurting. Same thing goes for Artemis, and she's actually starting Tier 1 Deathbringer, and Polynomicon has been begun on Kronos.
And that's gonna make him very dangerous. Landing one hit after Accelerate is going to make him do a pretty absurd amount of damage. Granted, he doesn't have a lot of magical power with the Doom Orb, or with the Breastplate and the Magi's, but the Doom Orb is making up for it, especially coupled with the penetration he's getting from Focused Voidstone. So nothing you want to scoff at right now. Talking about the Fire Giant, looks like we do have an aggressive placement from Team Jerbie as they look to begin it. Insane's actually rotating out. I'm not sure what they're looking for, but they're going to 5 it. Actually, they might look to engage on this, amping his team up. We see Mercury clapping to increase the morale of the team fight. It looks like they're going to chase them out. The Ymir Wall is used. Insane's has been chased in. Oh, they're going to use the bead. Sonic Boom on cooldown now, but there's nowhere for him to go.
Chonghua on the backside here. They might want to go. Actually, they'll back off here. Great ultimate coming out from Chonghua, forcing 2 to get stunned out, including Anubis. Kronos might go in on this one. He does have the Magic's Blessing. Good Wall's going to slow them down for a bit, but not going to stop them to get the Anubis. Huma's on the crushing wave coming out from the Hubwall. He's going to rewind this. Now go after Artemis. Hubwall wants this kill here, but at the same time, he's losing teammates, and Hubwall goes down as well as the Bots, and now it's just lonely Amir. He's so lonely. The stun comes out. Time stop. The wall is not enough to save him. At this point, the Fire Giant's available, but at this point,
Fire Giant, get the Minotaur.
I mean, the Fire Giant's not the point. They had the Fire Giant for the bait. They rotate over, they split up, and the problem is On Her was on the wrong side, and that set that whole engagement underway. The mid Phoenix goes down, the right Phoenix is going to go down. Athena's not
Miscommunication
gonna go
here.
down.
It looks like Artemis took the long route. 9 seconds till we see Cyber come back up here. It looks like they're going to take 2 Phoenixes and not opt to try to just end the game. So from here, the only logical point of contention is Fire Giant. They have to take it right now.
You know what's so unfortunate? Emir has tier 2 Hand of the Gods.
Oh my.
Athena has tier 3. So even in that last engagement, if they were going to try and contest it, Emir
Right.
can't compete.
He would have
So-
had to freeze.
They have guaranteed Fire Giant on Jerbie.
Well, they would have had to freeze the Athena long enough, stun her out long enough to
Right.
get it from 25 to 10.
That 15% difference.
That's a very big deal. It's very hard to hit that 10% hand.
It's very difficult. Because it's that small little bit. I mean, it comes down to a very small amount of HP. And big burst ultimates that come through can be the same effectiveness as a
Right.
tier 2 Hand of the Gods.
Not to mention,
it's very similar.
You know, if 4 or 5 gods hit at the same
Yeah,
time,
it's all amplified.
it's impossible to gauge. But now it looks like we had a defender of the Olympus come in from Insane, so he's ready to go. Places a ward. Deep's going to find himself a Hun bots. He's actually going to throw a Confound out. Not sure why he did that. Somersault in. Their movement is now wasted. These guys are going crazy. Looks Crescent Moon Dance. Ultimate going to be used. Fear No Evil is not going to be scary
Wow.
enough. As what?
The
Was
crit!
that one hit?
That was a punch. That was a falcon punch right on top of Hoombots.
We played
Hoombots
Melee
goes
today.
down there. Anubis, we did play Melee today. And you're running back to the base as well as on her, but Hubwa's not going to benefit from the same luxuries. He goes down in the right lane. A 3-0 exchange for Team Jerbie. The Fire Giant's available. Even if they were there, they couldn't contest it 2 versus 5 with a tier 2 Hand of the Gods on Emir. Fire Giant goes down. Mid Phoenix is down. Right Phoenix is down. Left lane is available. Honestly, just go push the left lane. What can they really do? The gold fear is available. Who really cares? They're sitting currently 15,000 gold up, 21,000 experience. The respawns are disjoint. 24 seconds on Hubwa, 10 on Anubis. They're going for left lane. They're going to take out that tier 1 tower. And even 5 versus 5, they still have a great chance of taking that team fight. And MaceToDaFace, they're in a very troubled position.
They are indeed. Team Jerbie, 12 kills up right now. So much gold, so much experience, and it's only getting bigger. Look at that. Look at their belts. I love their belts.
The belts?
Those weird spinning meteor belts.
What is that? Is that a meatball?
It does look like a meatball.
Burning meatball?
I do like meatballs, though.
Yeah, meatballs are
All
delicious.
3 Phoenixes are down. I gotta tell you, I think this is GG.
It's 5 versus 5. They could screw up. This is in Team Jerbie's hand.
Right.
This is
It's
their
the-
game to
it's their
throw.
game to
So,
lose.
if they screw up here and lose too many players or are in the wrong spot, they get a 5-man stun from Amir. Hebo gets a good burst damage on his ultimate. It could go all downhill for Team Jerbie. But even then, they're so far ahead, the follow will be great. Taunt comes out of Athena. She's forcing this fight. Time rip, time stop. Anubis is gone already. Amir also coming out here. Can he actually get a kill? Forcing Athena back down to half HP, but Chunga is going to heal this up. Mercury actually has his ultimate available. There goes the special delivery. Mercury grabs up that Homebot, but not going to grab that. Hombot's ultimate comes out. The burst damage is down. Homebots is down. 3-0 exchange. The Minotaur is available. Yellow Bull is going to go down, but what does it really matter? They still have 4 players killing the Fire Giant. Honestly, Artemis didn't even care. She just killed the Fire Giant. She just, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for it.
Oh man, so Team Jerbie, very far behind in the beginning,
Yes.
is going to find himself a great I just got 200 gems.
What'd you do?
I have no idea.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations to do.
But Team Jerbie actually found a great presence going into the early stages of the mid-game. Jerb found his voice. And despite the fact that he had no CC immunity, just stayed safe. He got picked off a few times. He started staying safe, finding kill
That's right.
opportunities, and taking them.
He also had the highest damage of the game there, sitting at 21,000 damage dealt. A huge amount. Athena, 33,000 damage taken and 33,000 damage mitigated. She was a beastly tank there, just taking the damage from the enemy team and smiling about it. Overall, we're going to see about 21,000 damage dealt by Hubwa across the way on MaceToDaFace, but it really just couldn't make up for the lack of togetherness. I mean, you had the CC from Kronos, from Mercury, from Artemis. Athena was there. Chungwa had the follow-up with the ultimate. They had great initiation, and their team is built to grab people that are out of position.
Yeah.
The amount the clear they have with Mercury, with Athena dashing in, they can clear the distance, buy enough time for everyone to fall up, and the CC's there. And honestly, look across over here to the itemization, you see 3 beads, tier 3 on the Hubwa, tier 3 on the Hoombots, and tier 1 on the Onher. Onher ended up going for the Eye of Providence, and he could have used that for something a little more defensive, because a lot of times where he just needed to be able to get out but couldn't. And credit goes to Team Jerbie for just putting it together and making it happen.
So taking a look at the bracket, I do love brackets. What about you?
Brackets like square or curly?
Weekend has defeated Lassus.
Weekend has defeated Lassus. That is absolutely right. Anatoli's going to move on as well. Anatoli's going to beat out Jay Bieber down the way. Lil Mamacita has defeated Team Snoopy on her way up. She's facing off against Pain de Beyonde.
Stop. Run that back.
Lil Mamacita has defeated Team Snoopy. It's done. It's done. The fierceness is driving it home. But now she is up against a very, very warm